Columbus police investigating a shooting at Easton Town Center. One juvenile is dead, two 13-year-olds facing charges in connection to that shooting. They each had their first day in court today. Both 13-year-olds denied their charges. And today, NBC4 is bringing you team coverage of this shooting. State House reporter Natalie Fahmy is asking lawmakers what comes next. And Delaney Ruth spoke with an expert about what you can do if you end up in a situation like this. But first, let's get to NBC4's Anna Hoffman. She was in the courtroom today. And Anna, what was the energy like in that room?
Jennifer and Jared, it was really quiet in the courtroom today. Both suspects had family come to their hearings, and they all seemed to be very emotional. New details coming out from Easton Town Center's management shows that this all started with some sort of altercation between the suspects and the victim. The first hearing today was for the 13-year-old suspect charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Now, we're not going to name these suspects because of their ages. This murder suspect did not show up in person, but had his great-grandfather speaking on his behalf. The magistrate said police claimed the suspect fled the scene and attempted to hide the gun in the trash can after the shooting. Once those facts were all shared, the defense asked the magistrate to consider letting the suspect out on an ankle monitor. However, due to the severity of the crime, the magistrate decided to keep the suspect in the intervention center until his next hearing, which is on Thursday. The second suspect is charged with obstruction of justice. He did show up to this hearing in person with his mom by his side. He also denied his charges. The prosecution says that he allegedly lied to officers about where he was during the time of the shooting. They say police were able to confirm he was there from surveillance video. The defense came back claiming the suspect was just there at the time and did not participate. Both the defense lawyer and the suspect's mother spoke to his willingness to cooperate. The magistrate placed the suspect on a GPS ankle monitor, with the only exceptions being school and doctor's appointment. He's also not allowed to have any access to social media. His next hearing is scheduled for September 28th. Now, Columbus City Schools officials have confirmed that both suspects are enrolled in the district. Police have not named given the age of the victim at this time, but we do know that he is a juvenile. And I have been able to confirm that both the suspects and the victim are involved in a youth sports league here together in Columbus. Local for you in downtown Columbus, I'm Anna Hoffman, NBC4.
Anna, thank you. Last night, Mayor Ginther called on state lawmakers to act. He says something has to be done about the guns flooding our streets. NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy now joins us live. She talked with some of the Republican state lawmakers who the mayor is calling on. Natalie.
Yeah, and this is not the first time the mayor has made this call to action. Just last month, he stood here at the State House with Democratic state lawmakers calling for common sense gun legislation. Though the shooting on Sunday involved minors who were carrying guns illegally, Mayor Ginther says action is needed to curb the gun violence we are seeing here in Columbus and across the state. Gun-related incidents are the #1 cause of death of kids in the U.S., and Ginther says it's up to the state legislature to help get guns off the street. But here at the State House, the most recently passed gun legislation increases access by allowing things like permitless carry. And the most recent gun-related legislation introduced would exempt sales tax from certain guns and ammunition. So Ginther says if the state won't do anything, let each city decide.
The legislature won't take action, then get out of our way. Let us do our jobs. What we know we need to do to keep our city safe, our officers safe, our families safe.
But you still got to abide by the Constitution, and the Constitution clearly states that these decisions made around the Second Amendment are not to be made by localities, and we can't have 100 different gun laws different in every city across the state.
I did also reach out to Governor Mike DeWine's office for comment. I am just now hearing back, so hear his response coming up on NBC4 at 5. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.
Natalie, thank you. Now, this is the 4th fatal shooting in the past 4 days at a business in Central Ohio. Last Thursday, a man was shot and killed when he tried to intervene during an alleged robbery at an AutoZone near Polaris Fashion Place. Later that evening, a pregnant woman was killed by police outside a Kroger in Blendon Township. On Saturday, a shooting at a Dairy Queen in North Columbus left one man dead. Now, these public shootings may have some thinking about what they should do if they are in a scary situation like these. Do you run, hide, or fight back? NBC4's Delaney Ruth spoke with some security experts today. She joins us live now with their response. Delaney?
Jennifer, many of us aren't thinking about what could possibly happen when we go out in public, but yesterday's shooting and all these previous shootings are reminders of just what could possibly happen, that something can happen to you anywhere at any time, but there are ways that you can be prepared. Now, I spoke to some active aggressor trainers with Safe Passage Consulting. Their trainers have extensive law enforcement and military backgrounds, and they travel around the country teaching people how to stay safe in active shooter or aggressor situations. They say the very best option will always be to get out and create space between yourself and the aggressor. Now, if getting out is not an option, another choice is to barricade yourself by blocking doors of the room you're in. If you can't run or hide, the trainers say you should attack the source of the weapon and try to disable it. You can also throw things at the shooter or aggressor to distract them, but taking action does not have to mean physically fighting someone.
You can do something, and that's the key component, right? What can you do? Can you give direction? Awesome. Can you pick up a cell phone? Can you call 911? Absolutely. Could you maybe grab somebody else who's in a state of shock, shake them out of it, and drag them along with you to get them to run with you? Absolutely.
Now, those trainers say you should always be situationally aware and have a plan in place in case something does go wrong when you are out in public. Local for you in Columbus, I'm Delaney Ruth, NBC4.
All right, Delaney, thank you. And we do have updated information on all of the recent shootings, including the investigation into the deadly shooting at Easton on NBC4i.com.